Okay, good morning. It is Phoenix Amore. This video is again going to get really deep because what I'm now going to do is take you back to some of the parables that I used to where now you'll understand they're not really parables. Now, recall what I said. This guy that designed the internet, right? The web, he's sitting there going, what the hell is about to be destroyed, self-destruct? Remember a while back when I told people the World Wide Web is like Sodom and Gomorrah. Remember what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible? It got destroyed because so much crazy crap was going on in that one city that it was just a mess. And so it basically ended up getting destroyed. So now when I said that and people are like, how dare she? What is she talking about? You have very arrogant people who don't understand the term discernment to the point that they'd rather call a person crazy who has that level of discernment, or even more so, the most arrogant ones want that level of discernment, so they start pretending they have it, or marketing, labeling, doing all kind of crazy stuff, or trying to make it like, oh, this person really doesn't because they really want it. So we've had all this craziness going on, right? When the Obama administration started to see more and more people started paying me some mind and wondering about tarot and all that kind of stuff, you started even having some of them flip-flop, right? All of a sudden, I'm into witchcraft. When I said how many times, what do I have in my apartment? I have crystals, I have sage, and I have my cards. That is it. That's all I have here. So the problem when you have people who don't want to acknowledge that level of discernment or those true blue spiritual gifts is they start spinning it. And we had the little magician spin it and say, oh, tarot's not real. That's fine. Then it's not real. Then you shouldn't want to know anything more about it. This is the funny thing about people, right? You should not want to know anything more about a topic you think is not real. So move around. But they didn't, right? So all this fakeness that you have online that started infiltrating all this stuff. When I started talking about the whole thing about the Harry Potter syndrome and all these people dabbling in witchcraft, they don't understand the fact of what they opened up when they started dabbling with it until you finally had some church people start saying, yeah, it was such that the prophets and prophetess would switch their deity, and that's when stuff would start hitting the fan. You don't have to do ish. What did I keep saying over and over again? When you understand it on that deep level, I'm not here to force anybody to do anything, but what's not going to happen, see, this is the thing when you talk about people who love control and they get into witchcraft, is they want to possess something that they can't have. Oh, she has a spiritual gift, so I can either pretend I have it or try to be friendly with her so that she would. No, it doesn't work like that because I'm not a witch. See, that's the difference when I talk about people who dabble on that dark side of things. You guys are more susceptible to having stuff start backfiring because you're dabbling on that dark side. Understand Lucifer's dominion being earth, right? It is not it's not a guarantee because Lucifer has no loyalty. When I broke that down for people, what does that mean? That means you sitting there thinking all this little spell work is working, but at the end of the day, Lucifer has no loyalty. So there's a thing that I always try to break down to people. When I say pulling that string when you old, it's like Lucifer loves having those little puppet strings on people. So you'll think everything's going fine, and then all of a sudden, zoom. That's why I call pulling that string. Then you go, what the hell happened? My bind or this didn't work. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. So understand one thing, when I'm breaking all this stuff down, I said the internet had become Sodom and Gomorrah. It is in self-destructive mode because that kind of craziness can only go on so long. People have learned to get popular by doing anything necessary to get attention. That's dangerous because it is also affecting kids. So when I broke that down for people, they didn't want to listen. They rather turn it into a game. So don't be surprised. I'm going to end this again. Don't be surprised when the man himself who designed the web is now saying in 12 months, this has gone to hell. Exactly, it's gone to hell. Take care.